Welcome back to another episode of Twanna Y'vette Speaks. I am your host, Twanna Y'vette, and for the next few minutes, we'll be talking about popular headlines in the news.
All right, you guys, I have some happy news. I got an email, and this email came from the HollywoodGossip.com. They are, I don't know why they're called gossip, I guess just to catch attention because they have all the tea on celebrities. And this is by Hilson Hater at November 16th, 2020. This is when this whole thing started, okay? Alana Thompson, y'all know her as Honey Boo Boo. I'm so happy for this girl. Let me get her picture up here because she deserves some recognition. She really does. She deserves some recognition. Look at her. Look at her. Weight loss in focus. Weight loss in sight. Weight loss. She's my inspiration right now. Like, she is doing it, and when I say doing the most, she's doing the most in a positive way. So listen to this, you guys. Honey Boo Boo flaunts her weight loss and tells haters that she's popping, and she's right. She is popping. She looks good. I've never seen Honey Boo Boo as like a thin child. She's always been chunky. She's always been heavy set, even when she was a itty bitty baby in the pageant world. Her real name is Alana Thompson, and she appears to be learning from her mother, but in a good way, because we know that her mom, she's had a lot going on in her life the last few years, and she is finally back on track. If you guys follow her social media, you'll see that she's looking better. She's gotten her weight back down again, so she'll probably be coming back to TV, hopefully. I actually like the show, and I literally prayed for these people because Alana was so hurt about her mom, following her boyfriend off, and they gambled all the money away and they used drugs. It was just a big mess. If you don't watch Mama June from Not to Hot, then you have no idea what's going on, but I advise you to catch up because anybody could be in this situation. You have no idea. And I completely understand. Gino, and I don't want to talk bad about people, but when you put your business on Front Street, when you get a reality show, you kind of leave the door open. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt really bad for Alana because she looked at this man as like a second father, and then all of a sudden, his drug abuse became known, and he was getting June hooked on this stuff so they could be. And I knew it when I first saw Gino. He did not look fine to me. He did not look all right to me. When she brought him on the show, I was like, why does she keep getting these bums? It's just like one disaster after another. But he seemed like he was a good guy, but the drug abuse was sort of evident. You could tell by just looking at him that something wasn't right. Alana has been trying to get her life back on track. Her sister, Pumpkin, took her in, legally adopted her so that she could. And it was like, it's not a full 100% adoption, but Alana is in her care. So she and her husband, Pumpkin and her husband, they are, her guardians. Like, that's mom and dad right now because Mama June is still on the road to recovery. She did stay in recovery. She didn't want to go into a 24-hour rehabilitation center, but she kind of had to because outpatient wasn't working. And so in the midst of all of that, Alana has been taking her life back as well. And I knew it was a good idea for Pumpkin to be in charge because her dad and this new girl, wife, whatever, who child, just a mess. I just by looking at the show, Alana's dad's wife, Alana's stepmother, seems like she wants to be June. She keeps saying she doesn't, but she got the weight loss surgery just like June. She got the same manager as June. She married June's ex. I mean, it's kind of like it's looking like you're obsessed with June. So you have all of these problems going on, and Alana doesn't like it one bit. And she told Sugar Bear, and that's her dad's nickname, that she would rather live with Pumpkin anyway. And they had taken the necessary steps. They had a home. Pumpkin's been married longer. They have a little girl, and it's positive for Alana to be, with who she feels more comfortable with. And I'm just saying that because, things are obvious. Alana is a teenager. She was a teenager when all this stuff started. I think she was about 12 years old. Now she's 15. So she knew exactly what was going on. She knows what it looks like. She's not too young to understand and to see, what all was happening. So there was no point in anybody trying to hide anything from Alana. But over the weekend, this past weekend, the 15-year-old, best known as Honey Boo Boo, showed off a photo on Instagram where she flaunted her recent weight loss, and I was excited for her. When I saw it, I started smiling. I was like, yes, because you know what I'm saying? Like, this is positive news. We need to hear some positive news from this family. So listen. Throwing up a peace sign as she poses in a Nike t-shirt, black leggings, and white sneakers, the teenager wrote the word pretty across the snapshot and included it with a caption that read, "You hatin', but I'm poppin' regardless." Okay, I like that. I like that. I like what she's saying. She's doing, positive things. Now, if you follow her on Twitter or Instagram, you'll know that a lot of people have negative things to say to this girl, hateful things to say to this girl. She was on Dancing with the Stars, and instead of people, saying positive things about that, there was always something negative, and they were always, asking her about her mom and calling her mom different names having to do with her activities at the time. That is not something that you do to a child, even if that child is in the public's eye. You just don't do that. The article also says, though, that Alana had been hyping herself up on Instagram often, as she also recently captioned a selfie, "I don't know, I'd wife me, LOL." So we admire the self-confidence, of course. It's important for any teenage girl to believe in herself, but we can't help but be a little concerned. The only concern that I have, is how Mama June is doing, and if she has been a positive influence in her life. Now, from social media, I feel like June is really taking, positive steps, and she's in Alana's life, and she's in her family's life, and it's a lot better. I feel like, yes, Mama June wants to stay with Gino. That's her business, but at the same time, Gino is just not a positive influence to me. This is just my opinion, my commentary. He just, for the person who put you in harm's way, I would be staying far away from that person. If Gino falls back off the wagon, will that drag June down as well? You don't know. So for me, there's no amount of "I love him" that is going to keep me away from my child and my family. And so June, she has one daughter that you don't see that often. She has no interest in being on the show, but she has been seen on the show after June couldn't be found. You know what I'm saying? And so that was a little inkling of hope, because I was like, well, she does care about June. She is concerned, and so I was happy to see that. The article goes on to say that Mama June she now has her own TV spinoff, which initially focused on Shannon's own weight loss, and then this past season, it's centered instead of June's very serious drug problem. So that's what I've been talking about. And the drug problem happened back in 2019. She was arrested because of Gino for possession and all this kind of stuff. Things just spiraled out of control. Alana was hurt. Pumpkin was hurt. I mean, it was just devastating. And Pumpkin has this little baby. She is adorable, by the way. Like, when she was first born, I promise, she was like giggling straight out of the womb. Like, this little girl is just a sunflower. She's gorgeous. And she was old enough, where she was starting to speak, and she would always ask, for Mama June, and she was too young. She's the one that was too young to understand what was going on. So all of this stuff didn't help anything. The, drug possession and the drug use and this, that, and the third, it didn't help anything. But I'm happy to see now, that everything is falling back into place with the family. And it just goes to show, and it didn't make any difference, you guys, how much trash you throw at somebody. If somebody is determined to get on track, to stay on track, they will do it. And it looks like Mama June is making a positive influence on the entire family. Okay, so she says, this is June. June is trying to rebuild her reputation. She says that she's 9 months sober, and that is amazing. She recently spent over $55,000 on a complete makeover because she had to get her teeth done. And when you start losing weight at a certain age, the skin doesn't snap back. So she got all of that taken care of. She got her veneers taken care of. And there was, some other physical damages, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure she, had scars and this, that, and the third, from falling off her, weight and stuff like that. So she had, the lipo, and then she had the skin removal and the veneers for her teeth, because she had damage, dental damage. And I'm telling you, just never get hooked on this stuff because it takes a toll on the human body. But just looking at their social media, she looks good. She's exercising. She's even taking up yoga. I mean, she's like in the public's eye again, and she's doing a great job about it. And I know there are some things that we won't see, and that's totally fine or whatever, because you need to leave something for yourself. We don't need to see everything. You need to leave something for yourself. But I just had to come on here and commend Honey Boo Boo Alana and her family, especially Mama June, for turning things around. You see what I'm saying? Mama June took the initiative to start turning things around and prove herself, and in turn, this is what you get out of it, a healthier daughter. And I'm excited for this family. I can't wait for the next season to come up so I can see Alana in her new way. I mean, she looks great. Do you guys not think she looks amazing? Like she was always a pretty baby. She's always been a pretty girl, but she's looking healthier, and as a teenager, that's really important. She can do things now that she wanted to do, that she couldn't, because she doesn't have to focus on the negativity. And look, I'm almost 50. Next year I'll be 50 years old. It is not easy to lose weight at my age. If you can get fit and you can get healthy younger, by all means do it, because the older you get, the harder it's going to get. And when you have things that drag you into depression and you can't think straight, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to see somebody this young go through stuff, but she came out of it on top, clearly. I'm excited for the entire family, and I'm so glad that Alana is looking better and feeling great. Her social media is now positive. If you guys aren't following them on social media, do so. Not because I said so, but if you want positivity and if you want to see how somebody takes their life back, this is definitely the family to watch. So congratulations, Alana. I'm so proud of you and your mom and your entire family. I can't wait for the next season. You guys, I'm out of here, but thank you so much for your support. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I am on the road to 10,000 subscribers. So you guys share me out. Share me with everybody. I don't care if it's your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, your nieces, your nephews. Share me with everybody. I want to make it. I wanted to make it before the end of the year, but I don't know. I'll have to get a really bomb video in order to, make that happen. But I at least want to get as close as I can. So share me out all over the world, you guys, and this is something that I never do, but I want to acknowledge this. I have people literally from all over the world, and you guys are amazing. I did not know I had people that were subscribed from Africa, people that are subscribed from China, people that are subscribed all over the United States. I had no idea until I started asking people, where are you from and how did you find me? It's amazing. I love all of you. I don't care where you're from. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm doing the best I can, but I can always do better. And I will. I do ask a lot of questions on my community tab. So take a look, scroll down the community tab, and take part in the polls. And when I ask questions, I'm asking those questions of you guys because I want to create content that you guys are interested in. Thank you to all my members. I got my first members this past week. I'm so excited, and people are steadily signing up, and I'm so happy about that. I never thought I would get to this point, and I'm happy that I did. And it just goes to show you, it doesn't make a difference how old you are. It doesn't make a difference about your circumstances. I started with a cell phone, you guys. I started this career with a cell phone. I started with a phone as a hobby, and now this is this is a stream of income, if you will, that makes a big difference when it comes to real life. This is amazing to me. So don't doubt yourself. You can reach your goals. You can reach your dreams, if you dare to. All you have to do is take a leap of faith. Doesn't make a difference if people understand it. Doesn't make a difference if people doubt you or judge you or whatever. Don't pay any attention to. Be like Alana. Don't pay attention to the haters. You know what I'm saying? Motivate yourself, and think about what you want and make those dreams happen by reaching your goals. All right? Live on purpose. That's what it's all about. Living on purpose. I love you guys. Thank you again. I really appreciate all of you. And I will talk to you guys in another video. Bye for now.